Okay, I hope my slide is visible to everybody.
Yes, Prof.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sunitha, for the introduction. And also thank you very much for the invitation as well. And I believe that, I would like to thank maybe you have the committee for this session and lecturers, researchers. I believe that, maybe I've met, some of you during our workshop in 2019, right, Dr. Sunita, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, Prof.
We already had one workshop on IR 4.0. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, so I'm here actually just to share some ideas and some implementation, and I hope the students especially, right, please make this session free and easy. Okay, not as the very formal session, and I open for Q&A. You can stop me if you feel that you wanted to ask me questions. Okay, so I'm from Department of Electrical Engineering, and I believe this group actually belongs to most of you coming from civil engineering, right? Right, most of you coming from civil engineering. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Majority, yes, Prof.
Don't worry about the. Don't worry so much about my background. And as you know that if we are looking at the applications, right? So now everything, whatever application is actually related to electronics, related to what we call about the IT, right? So that's why whenever you are using the technology, okay, you need the electrical signals. Okay, so that's why where I'm doing my research in terms of the applications. I involve in various applications in terms of biomedical, mechanical, right? So that's why I involve in a few projects related to IR 4.0. Okay, can you see my next slide? Oh, it's not.
Kenapa keluar benda ni? Tadi saya dah join dah tanya. Tak, dah ada. Ingatkan hilang.
Okay, so today I'm going to cover on the introduction. Okay, so introduction of IR 4.0 and the skills needed for the fourth industrial revolution, and how will polytechnics prepare staff and students for industry 4.0, and what project teams need to succeed in the IR 4.0. So this is to give you some ideas. I know that for final year project for diploma student and degree students, you need to choose or select your title of projects. So maybe the mechanisms, okay, there will be some inputs coming from the lecturers, and some input will come from the student. Okay, so for these skills, for the IR 4.0, actually, this is what we would like to focus, okay, for the supervisors and for students. You need to have some ideas and some inputs in order to have the thoughts how you want to improve the existing project, right? So that your project will be at the standard where at the standard of the technology trends today. So that's why now we know that the IR 4.0 is booming in Malaysia, and actually IR 5.0 is already embarked for this transition. But in Malaysia, we still in progress for this industry 4.0. So actually, when we are talking about the industry 4.0, we have the transformation from the conventional technology up to the IR 4.0, where you can see the revolution. Okay, first revolution, you can see it is a first mechanical, and then we shift to the second industrial revolution. You have the mechanical, but you can have the like the mechanical automation. We call it as a conveyor belt, and then we move to the industrial revolution, the third one. Okay, then you can see all the system can use the programmable logic controller, right? So we can call it, you already embark on the computer or personal computer and the industrial machine. And in the fourth industrial revolution, yeah, of course, we also use all the computer, right? But now we are on the connecting devices. So everything will be connected. Okay, can you, I'm on the next slide. Can you see my slide? The Industry 4.0 transformation?
Yes, can.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is the overall overview where we have already shifted from the first industrial revolution to the fourth industrial revolution. So what you can see nowadays, yeah, of course, everybody using the electronic gadgets, using the computers, handphones, and then also we have the application in terms of the industry, but everything will be connected. So you need to have the Wi-Fi, right? You need to have the wireless, and you need to have the applications. Okay, so this is about the environment of Industry 4.0. So that means if you think about to select or to initiate the projects related to the Industry 4.0, so you need to choose the applications within this environment. Okay, for example, you have the smart buildings, right? Of course, I believe this, for the civil engineering, of course, you have some ideas how you want to improve the systems, okay, the existing systems for the smart buildings. And then you have smart homes, and then you have the social web, business web, smart logistics, smart mobility, and you have the smart grid. So this is about all the connecting devices. Okay, in third industry, IR, okay, you have the you have the computers, but not everything is connected. But nowadays you can have everything connected, where you can see all the update results from your phone and from your other electronic gadgets. So it doesn't matter whether it is in electronic engineering, in civil, in mechanical, you need the data. So that's why you can see smart mobility and all of this environment needs so many data, big data. So we need to use the data in order to find the solution. Okay, find the solution in order to troubleshoot the problems. So that's why we think about the big data, and then how you want to improve the system, and then you need to have the prediction, right? Everything, okay, as engineers, right? When you do the design, okay, you need to predict. Okay, what is the warranty, right? What is the the lifetime of all the design. So you need to have the prediction, you need to have the software, yeah, then you need to have the machine machine learning, and you have the artificial intelligence. So that's all the we call it as emerging technology to support this Industry 4.0 environment. Okay, so these are the 9 technology pillars where you have to refer in order to improve the content of your existing project. For example, you can have we start from the simulation and augmented reality. Nowadays, you can have, there are so many application using the augmented reality. And then you have the horizontal and vertical integration. This is for the fabrication, okay, for the material. And then industrial Internet of Things, okay, the automation of the industry. And cyber security. So cyber security is one of the important aspects where nowadays you have all the all the internet or the Wi-Fi connection, where you have to secure the data. So we try to reduce all the hacking, losing information, right? So we need this one of the important pillars, cyber security. And then you have the cloud computing. For the cloud, okay, now I believe that everybody already implement this. Okay, you save your data, you save your design in the cloud. And then additive manufacturing, Okay, this one also, if you think about the production, okay, you need for the civil engineering, for example, you need to produce the components for the construction, component for the maybe the design in terms of the transportation. We can apply the additive manufacturing. So that is the fabrication. For example, nowadays people using the 3D printing, okay, for the in order to produce the product. So in electronics also, in my case, I also lead the Center of Printable Electronics, okay, where we do the electronics by using the printing technology. So we want to save the cost, and we want to use we call it as a cheapest technology in order to fabricate the electronics design. Then you have the supply chain. Okay, you have the technology of the supply chain. So there must be by using the internet, okay, or the IT. So we need to have the good system in terms of the supply chain. Okay, this is like the business model. And big data analytics. So of course, as I mentioned just now, when we talk about the process in terms of designing, in terms of the implementation. So of course, you will be having big data. So how do you want to process the data so that the data can be used? Okay, can be used in order to make this as a solution, as a problem solver. So we don't want to waste the data. So you need to summarize the data so that you can use this data in order to create any equations, okay, any models in order to improve the existing system. So that's why we call it as a big data analytics. Okay, for example, nowadays in the system, right, in the medical system, you have the telemedicine. So they need to have the big data system, because people having so many smart sensors in the human body. So all the data coming out from the sensors have to be processed and have to be stored, right? So they need the safety of the data, and they need also how the data can be used in order to prevent for the protection for the viruses. Okay, then we have the autonomous robot. So this one also, I believe, is not very common. If in electrical, mechanical, it's not very common. But for other applications, okay, up to today, I believe most of you already observe the autonomous robot. Okay, maybe now you can observe that for the application of the drones, right? So you can have everything is automatic. Okay, it can flies, it can take data. Okay, there is a safe system so that you can fly the drones without make yourself in a dangerous situation. Okay, any questions up to these 9 technology pillars? Okay, I believe that maybe some of you already done project related to any of these pillars. Okay, if not, we can move to other slides. Okay, Industry 4.0, why do we need this? Okay, as I mentioned just now, when we are talking about the IR 4.0, okay, this is the connecting of all the devices. So they target in terms of the reduction of the cost, and then complexity. Okay, so even when we talk about the cost, to eliminate waste and losses, to eliminate hidden costs and cost reduction. Okay, for the complexity, yeah, when we are talking about this, okay, you have everything when we do the connecting internet, okay, Wi-Fi. So this is the sub nanotechnology, and this is the cyber physical, and this is the exponential technology. So for the customer, okay, so personalized, fast, cheap, quality, total customer satisfaction. This is like the business model. Okay, nowadays there are so many different business models where you use all the connecting devices. For example, when we started with our MCO, those days the business model already started the new models of the online, right? You have the online, and then you have the platform, the transportation also, how the Grab, Food Panda, and taxi services already transformed into the all online system, right? So even nowadays, in terms of the payment, right? In terms of the payment, there are so many technology platforms, so that everything can be calculated, everything can be solved by using a special platform for payment. Okay, so for this one also, you can have the why we need this IR 4.0, since we are talking about the competition. Okay, this is about the digitalization, increased competitiveness, and then globalization. So when we have this type of industry 4.0, actually we are on track, even though we are Malaysia is still in IR 4.0 era. But yeah, of course, we already got the framework, but all the industries, okay, all the education institutes, we have to support, okay, this framework of IR 4.0 in Malaysia. Okay, so this is the framework. Okay, where when we have this type of IR 4.0, it is about the connecting worlds in terms of the applications, right? So you have the data, and then that the data will be transmitted in order for the any particular post or any particular duty. They can move by using the online or the data coming from the internet. So this is the example where you can have the storage, okay, whatever that you design, okay, you want to save, you can have the cloud for the storage of the data. And actually, when we talk about this IR 4.0 related projects, okay, it doesn't mean that you have to do everything, right? I know that for the diploma level, so I believe that the lecturers or the supervisors, they already they already had their own scope of specialization. So that's why they would have the the elements, so that have to be added into the design. Maybe for those who are really interested in software, they can do the apps, right? So maybe for those who are looking at the hardware, right, they can do the design in terms of the 3D printing, right? So for those who are looking for the telecommunication, they can do the wireless transfer. And maybe for the construction, okay, they can think about the intelligent building management system. How would they improve the existing system? Okay, so this is about the key challenges of the Industry 4.0. Yeah, of course, if we, propose the framework, okay, for the government, industry, like the education and training, okay, policies and fragmented layout, so that there must be the changes in terms of the policies, because this is the new emerging technologies. Of course, the multidisciplines of the subjects, we have to do the upskilling, okay, reskilling of the in terms of the expertise. Okay, in terms of the policy, they might have the changes in this. Okay, so this is the we call it as a high tech, and yet it can be improved in terms of the human resource by having the education, proper education and training system. Okay, so for the data security and privacy, as I mentioned just now, key challenges, of course, nowadays you can have a very easy access to the data, right? But yet there must be the proper security and privacy to secure this data. So again, the government must have the policy in order to get rid of the the hacker, right? Maybe sometimes you can observe that something is wrong in your account, right? So so that, in terms of online transaction of your bank, right? So they must have this type of policy. And big data, when we are talking about the big data, we also need to have the expert, right? So more data scientists needed means more statistician with operational background, right? So for this big data, actually, even though you are in a civil, you are in electrical or in other field, actually you can improve or you can have this type of project, because this is only the data that process or data that you produce by using your own design. Okay, so for the corporate culture, financial structure, so this is the organization. So of course, in order to have the very effective corporate, okay, you have the structure. So of course, there must be the good deployment plan in order to have the effective output of the certain organization. Okay, so this is the key driver of the IR 4.0. I believe that, yeah, maybe you already heard about so many IR 4.0, right, on the TVET, right? So that's why nowadays I believe that almost, okay, for the polytechnics, right, they need to, I mean, upskill all the projects so that it can be at the part of the IR 4.0 related project. So in order to have this, I believe that the teaching staff, the researchers, right? Have to, willing to expand their knowledge, their skills in order to have the industry 4.0 related elements in the project. Okay, this is how the workforce transformation. So of course, the industries also have to, follow the 9 pillars where they have to change the technology. Yeah, even though this is not in Malaysia, you have not you we only observe not even more than 50% of the industry already transform into the IR 4.0, because this one actually needs the investment. Okay, it depends on the budget. And the graduates, I believe that most due to the framework, most of the IPTA, right, in terms of the, polytechnics in universities, right, they already have the awareness and they are already implementing the project and also the syllabus based on the IR 4.0. Okay, so this is the scenario where current and industry IR 4.0, where if in the current, of course, we need the high skill technical engineer, but for the industry 4.0, we need the high skill innovator, because sometimes we can see that what would happen if you replace the operators with robotics, right? So that's what we talk about the challenges. But actually, nowadays, whatever that we try to transform, in terms of the nowadays for the non IR 4.0 industries, right? You have the low skill operator. Okay, you have the local, you have the foreign, and then this one, when the industry IR 4.0, you can have the robotics and automation. So of course, they have to upgrade, okay, the low skill operator by giving the knowledge, okay, and then you have the mid skill specialist. So that's why how they transform this. Okay, so industry 4.0 will eliminate our dependency on foreign labor workforce, and then industry 4.0 will provide platform for job upgrade on existing local workforce. So that's why reskill, upskill is very important nowadays. Okay, so this is about the scope of project. As I mentioned, you have the 9 pillars, and these 9 pillars actually involve all, of course, the automation. And when we have the automation, you need the sensors. Right, automation means even you have the robots to do the construction, robot to do whatsoever job, you need to sense the signals, and the signals will instruct the robot to do something. So that's why you need to have all the communication being done using special device, and that device will be embedded into the For example, if you do the construction, how would the crane, okay, on the skyscrapers building to be installed and to be controlled. And then again for IoT, if you are talking about the industry, Internet of Things, okay, you have the IoT, and everything actually coming from digital transformation. So this one actually you already observe what's going on now. Okay, so this is how you want to to have the element of IR 4.0 in your project. So it depends on the facility, but just to have some input, okay, you can have the implementing of big data analytics throughout the current project. So how do you want to impose your existing project? And then you have the building IIoT experience through personal student work. Okay, then whatever existing project, how do you want to make it or you want to make it as a automation, right? That is one of the idea. And then using mobile devices as the primary interface for some of your major systems. So maybe nowadays you already got the project, okay, you can propose so that your project will be integrated, okay, will be connected to the special apps. So that is the platform. Okay, apps, you can design the apps. So that's why it is very huge. It is not only when you want to implement IR 4.0 elements in your project. Okay, you can choose based on your expertise, right? And based on your existing facility. Okay, so getting automation to work for you. Okay, so that is not as a replacement strategy. Enabling teams and organizations to think more strategically and moving your software systems to the cloud. Okay, again, as I mentioned just now, when you want to use the cloud, okay, depends on the budget. Yeah, actually, when you want to use the cloud, of course, they need to have the charges, license. So again, it depends on the facility and your own capability, what type of project can be done. Let's say if you make the collaboration with the industries, so maybe the industry can provide you with the platform of that cloud, so you can get it free. Okay, so this is the example for this civil engineering, one of the example on the construction industry version of the industry 4.0. So when we have IR 4.0, actually you have the construction 4.0, you have the like education 4.0, where actually that is the platform of digitalization. So over here you can see that everything we want to have the automation, right? We want to have the automation, and we want to have the wireless, right? Data can be transmitted so that we have the autonomous construction. So when we talk about the autonomous construction, actually it started from the modeling, design. You use new software, and then you have the integrated software, and the software can link so that you can see the 3D and you can do the analysis, right? And then you can also do the fabrication by using the we call it as a printing, or you can use the 3D print. Okay, so there is a additive manufacturing in order to produce the construction material. So it is related to your study. Maybe for those, if you have the lab, right? You have the lab in order to do the fabrication. Then you can think about how do you want to do the additive manufacturing, right? And others, if you have like you want to control the process, right? You can make the collaboration with the electrical engineering and other related field, so that you can have the design of the autonomous robot or control. And as you can see over here also, you have the wireless monitoring. So all the equipments, machines are connected. So data can be observed by the engineers, not in the building, right? So they can do the very easy monitoring when you have these all devices connected. And then you have the cloud to save all the data, whatever data, and then whatever measurement, right? Whatever measurement can be done automatically, and the data can be safe. So you can see that how automation will provide with the effective building of this system. Okay, any question? Or any group already started with any related to this construction industries? Okay, sometimes yeah, you feel that it's very complicated, but we will tackle it like at different level respectively. Okay, if you have at the diploma level, I believe you have the constraint about the equipments, facilities, and also the duration, the period of your final year project. So please, I mean, have some ideas, which is which can be realized within the, let's say, 6 months of a final year project duration. Okay, so this is other example, novel IoT and artificial intelligence based smart waste management system. Right, if you can see here, I believe that for the polytechnic students, okay, you are very good in terms of innovation, project innovation, right? So you can do the projects related to the IR 4.0, where you will involve all the implementation of the cloud connectivity in terms of sensors, right? And then you can have the cloud database. And then finally, for those who do the design in terms of I mean hardware, in terms of the improvement of the design of the bin, right? So there will be some group, okay, doing this type of design and make the electrical connection. So what I've seen, maybe for the final year project, okay, you can think about the collaboration of the ideas between the electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and the civil engineering as well. But if you want to do the individual project, okay, so you might think about the design or the fabrication of the individual components of the construction, maybe construction, and maybe you can design the apps in order to do the monitoring of any process in the construction process as well. Okay, so this is about the smart transportation. Okay, if you want to have a very simple, because sometimes your industry 4.0 elements, right, it based on the category of the education, you might have the we call it as a ideas, okay, proof of concept. Okay, if you want to do transportation, smart transportation, okay, you can have the only the proof of concept. Okay, you don't have to try for so many type of transportation, but you can you can select any type of transportation category. But as well as you can realize all the mobile, and then you can have the platform of the we call it as a apps. So you can use I mean the apps readily available, and then you can do the proof of concept, because like the engineering, I mean for the civil, okay, you can have all the electronics sensors actually from the shelf. So what you need is the innovative ideas, so that you can have the concept of the automation and integration. Okay, so this is the 5 technology best practices that project teams need to embrace. Okay, get ready for the smart factory, or maybe if in terms of your field, you can have in terms of smart constructions, and then big data for everyone. Okay, get behind automation on the manufacturing floor, and it's also the mobile device revolution. Cloud computing powers the smart factory or smart construction. So this is about whatever you do, whatever project that we are doing, actually the data can be traced, right, anytime and at real time. So that's why I mean whatever improvement that we are going to do, we can rely on the data from the cloud. So that's why you can have like all online internet of things, industry internet of things. So you have the real time, you have the cloud, which is safer for you to put your data or to save your data. Okay, this is about the I mean, if you are in the production, if you are in construction, or it depends on the field, what field that you involve. So of course, all the elements or machines in the factory or constructions, right? So you need the machines actually need to talk to each other. So that's why we call it as a smart factory. So we don't have I mean, the operator of the cranes or operator of the other machines, right? Don't have the difficulties to communicate. So in terms of factory, that means if you have so many machines, is the factory. If the machines number one, number two, they already is I mean, they are exhausted, the machines can talk to the third machines or fourth machines, so that they have to be ready because they are going to pass the duty to them. So that's why this is the intelligent. Okay, because they already have the sensors, and the sensors can sense the reliability of each machine. So that's why we call it as a smart factory. Okay, so for the big data for everyone, so as I mentioned just now, the output, okay, the data from the output points, actually they want to be used so that it can solve the problems. So that's why you have the data analytics. Okay, you have to describe, you have to predict, and then you have to prescribe the data, so that the data actually will be optimized, so that the data can be used in order to use them for the problem solver. Okay, especially for the even for the project management, right? So whatever you want to do, right? So you already got everything online, or we call it we call it as a real time. So whatever you measure, right, you need to have the real time. It's not the data actually lagging for 3 minutes or I mean other duration. You need to have the real time, otherwise you'll be delayed. Okay, so this is all about the I mean the industrial revolution, IR 4.0. So it is all about the opportunities when you use the I mean automation integration. Of course, you will speed up the process and you will increase the productivity, right? So that's why we need to have, like, when you want to you already done the design, you already construct the building. Okay, so what's next? Of course, you need to manage the building. So when you want to manage the building, you need the system, integrated system, smart system, so that you can collect all the data online. So all points of the building, you already have the sensors, right? So the sensors, all the output of the sensors will be gathered automatically in the control room. So everybody want to have the observation monitoring, there will be the real time data. So that's why we need to have the effective project management system, or the building management system. But everything must be integrated, and they will use the smart system. Okay, so this one also I've done on this model. Okay, so about the cloud computing powers. So this can be one of the aspects, right, for those who want to really interested in terms of this cloud, right? About the data, about the analytics, right? So the lecturers or the supervisors can link the group with the IT guys. So it is interrelated, because if anything on integration, automation, you cannot run away from electronic and I mean computing. So that's why I believe that those who are even in civil engineering, mechanical engineering, those wanted to do the integration or automation of the project, you need some electronics, right? So you need the collaboration, or you need the existing device or design from the shelf in order to implement on your project. Okay, so I just show you on the smart sensor technology towards the future smart construction site, where nowadays when we talk about the I mean smart or intelligent, so everything must have the sensors. right? So even I mean for the safety, right? Of course, you need to have the real effective safety management. Okay, when you build up the construction, so everything needs very good management, right? Very good. I mean, as maybe a safety. You have the safety uniform, right? And this might maybe this safety uniform have the they use the smart textile, right? Smart textile means they already have the sensors, just like the fire brigade, right? So the fire brigade actually their uniform, okay, some of them are intelligent, smart. They already have the sensor where they can sense the toxicity and the temperature as well. So same thing with this, okay, they must be implemented the smart materials, right? And then they must have the smart safety system. Okay, all the machineries, okay, actually they are connected in terms of the let's say the quantity, right? And then in terms of the time, okay, you cannot delay in delivering all the items, so everything is controllable, and this would give the the designers or the contractors with a good output in terms of the deliverables. Okay, this is what I've mentioned about the when we talk about the IoT, or IR 4.0, it's not only the at the higher level system, but actually even for the attire or uniform, you can also have the connected device. So you can have like for example over here with this uniform, with this helmet, you already have the the sensor of the blood pressure, temperature, and then other biomedical pets pulse sensor, just like your smartwatch, right? This is a smart system where from here all the signals can be received by other maybe supervisors or the management of the OSHA or the occupational safety and health, right? So they can monitor their staff or their workers. Okay, this is about the safety. So all the data can be transferred to other parties automatically. So for those who wanted to do the project, you can think about the design of the, automated helmet, right, for the safety, or the design of the automated, jacket for the workers. Okay, so this is just I'm giving the different view for the IoT in construction, where everything, as you can see that, as I mentioned just now, connected data in construction site, where you can monitor and the data is available in real time. Okay, from the design, okay, from the site management, and then you have the people in the office, so they can have the real data monitoring, and also for those in the dangerous areas, the data can be done, okay, the duty can be done by using the drones. Okay, so for the IoT related project, you can think about the design of the or improvement of the drones in order to have to take the picture in the very dangerous area. Okay, so this is another example where you can have the very specific IoT in the concrete industry. So again, this monitoring, this system is actually to monitor the performance of concrete materials and structures. Okay, even when you have the mixer over here, also you have the sensor where you know the quality of this material mixed here, and you also have the data online, and everybody, okay, those who are involved in this process, you know the quality of the material structures. So again, this is for the safety, so they can manage, okay, they can manage the quality of the concrete up to the typical level of all the output performance, then they will use. So this is the very effective monitoring, but again, it needs the sensor. But for the project, I believe that you don't have to, for the civil group, you don't have to design the sensor, but you can design the system and you can buy the sensor in order to do the proof of concept, right? So if the electrical engineers, the electronic group, then they can design the sensor. But for those who are coming in civil engineering, you can design the system, but the sensor can be done by the electronic group, or the sensor can be purchased from the rack. Okay, so this is only the example for the IR 4.0 elements for the project, but this is for the biomedical application where you can have the smart sensor in the human body, and this smart sensor, okay, will give output automatically. The signal will be transferred wirelessly, and then it can be transferred finally to the practitioner, nursing, or doctor. So this is all about connecting device and smart device, and all the data have to be secured because this is a personal, very confidential. Okay, any question? Okay, is there any question?
No.
Okay, any question on construction industries, the application of IR 4.0 in construction industry?
No.
Okay, so if there is no question, so is there maybe I can ask the supervisors, right? So how about the platform or the supporting facilities in PUO for civil? Okay, do you have any smart lab, or yeah, maybe the integrated lab in PUO for civil?
We don't have, Prof.
Oh, really? Okay.
But then, Prof, I just would like to ask, what do you mean by smart lab?
Okay, smart lab, that means where you can do something like, if you do the system, right, you can run the prototype. Let's say you want to do like this IoT just now, how to manage the cement concrete, right?
Yeah.
So you can do the model, and then you have the related tools. You have the
Okay.
software.
Okay.
You can test the wireless. Do you have that type of lab?
Oh, no, we
Normally,
don't.
we call it as an integrated lab because you can have the facilities,
At the moment, not yet, Prof.
you can have the servers, right? Just to proof of concept. Not
At
yet.
the moment,
So,
we don't have. Yeah.
what you can do is you can just do the maybe proof of concept by using the apps, right?
Okay.
With the readily available apps on market.
Okay.
Especially when you want to do the monitoring. Right, if you want to do the monitoring, yeah, of course you need specific sensors, right? Right, if you have maybe you have so many labs, right, but it's not dedicated for integrated lab, but it doesn't mean that you cannot do the experiment. So maybe in terms of transportation, right? If you have you have the design how to model the transportation system, right? So maybe you have the dedicated you want to design the smart traffic light, not to control only 4 junctions. You have so many junctions, right? Right. Maybe you can think about that. Maybe you want to design the skyscrapers building. So you want to implement the IBMS, the Intelligent Building Management System. So you can put the sensors accordingly, just to proof of concept, so that students, they are very happy to run the project, right, to get the data. Okay, over here, if you can see, for example, this is the digital oil field with connected things. Okay, you have the applications, you have the cloud platform, you have the tower connectivity, and finally you have the sensors, actuators, and communication. At this, how they want to get the oil from the bottom of this. This is the seabed, right? So everything is connected. All wells where you must have the sensors. So that's why, in terms of implementation in civil, actually you design the system, but the sensors can be can be purchased from the electronic shop. So that's what I would like to propose, because since for the project of the diploma students, right? So you have like maybe 6 months, right? How long will you have? 6 month project.
6 month project.
Yeah.
Hello,
So
Prof.
yep.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
My name
So
is
how long is your duration project, final year project duration?
Actually, 1 year, Prof, including FIP 1 and 2. One will be their proposal presentation.
Okay,
And
yep.
once they are approved, they are further on to implement the project in FIP 2.
Yeah. I think
Prof.
for that duration, you can have a good project for this aspect, IR 4.0, where you can.
Prof,
Yep.
Prof, I think someone has a question. Yes, silakan.
Assalamualaikum, Prof. My name is Kamarudin.
Yeah.
I'm lecturer. So I have two projects. One project is upgrade traffic light from 3-phase to 4-phase junction at Taman
Okay.
Cepaka. And the second project is a new roadmap for campus PO lah, because our roadmap is zigzag, not suitable for big traffic for lorry, bus, and anything yang besar lah. So how can we relate this IR 4.0 for our projects? Now I just told my student to do using Adobe AI for their show animation, just animation for their project. Is it 4.0 IR 4.0 project? My
Okay.
question is it relate 4.0 IR 4.0 project?
Okay.
If
So
I only use animation to show before we implement the real traffic light, we must try the animation
yes.
from our data collection. So
Okay.
am I right? This is we call our project is family of IR 4.0.
Okay. So in this case, what happened to the data? Collected data. Okay.
Data
You
is
observe, right?
survey from manually observe on the side road at the peak hours for
Okay.
three times for
Okay. So
morning,
you
afternoon.
want to improve. You want to improve. So what element should be added? Actually, how do you want to collect that data? From the manual.
Manually, we collect data by observe. For example, one student observe the car traffic when the car is cross
Passing
the
the
road.
junction, right?
Yes. And some student collect the data for lorry or bus or anything, pedestrian and bicycle. So this is manual. And after
Yes.
that, we analyze data to find out what the best what is the best time for run the traffic when the traffic light is in peak hours. So from there we try using the animation before we implement at the site.
Okay. The animation actually based on the output observed by the student, right?
Student, yes.
So how could you replace the student with the system? Right. This is my proposal, right?
Yeah.
Instead of having student observe, so can you put any any system where they can give the data that you can monitor, remotely. So that can be as one of the IR 4.0 element. Your animation is good. Your animation is good, but now in terms of the data collection from
Okay.
manual, if you can put, I believe that the system is already there. So you can
Yes.
actually you can purchase and assemble.
Okay.
Right? Because you
Alright,
don't have, because you are from civil, right? So we don't
I'm
expect you to
civil.
design the sensor, but the
Yes.
sensor is already in the market. You just design the
Yes.
system, and then you have to make sure you must have the system, so that once the car passed the route, that data will be
Correct.
connected or transferred automatically to your system in your room or in your lab or in your handphone. Okay. I think in a handphone is okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Prof.
Right, ni Dr. Kamarudin,
I'm not doctor. I'm only
coming
senior
soon.
lecturer.
Cuma Cik Kamarudin cuma improve on the ni collection of ni lah,
Action
nak
data.
monitor kereta keluar masuk, tapi kena guna sistem yang automatic. The data pun kena pass wirelessly pada handphone orang lain. Tu pun dah okay.
Okay. Boleh,
Sistem
saya
kena
boleh
beli.
penambahbaikan lah.
Yes,
Itu dia.
penambahbaikan manual tu kita tak nak. So maksudnya you boleh letak macam satu tiang kan?
Hmm.
Satu tiang ke apa-apa, you kena letak you punya sensor device dekat situ. That system will talk to ada remote system dekat you punya lab ke, yang you boleh monitor lah.
Alright. For collecting data. Okay.
Collecting data. Tapi kena wirelessly lah. So dari segi tu dah kira lah.
Okay. Baik, thank you, Prof.
Okay.
Terima kasih banyak. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, boleh improve ya.
Baik, terima kasih.
Okay, ada apa-apa soalan? Sampai IR 4.0 ni sebenarnya kalau dalam biomedical is about robot lah. Jadi semua automatic. Kalau nak buat sekarang, yang mana yang negara maju memang surgery pun robot yang buat. So surgery robot buat, dan surgery item pun dia buat elements tu in terms of 3D printing. Dia tak buat fabrication yang guna ni lah yang mahal-mahal ya. Kalau boleh semua alat-alat pembedahan kita buat dalam 3D printing. So jadi bagi siapa yang material dalam bidang material, you have to think about how to do the 3D printing untuk alat-alat yang digunakan lah. Okay, so even for the robotic, for the heart surgery nowadays untuk yang ni lah, yang hospital yang modern kan, they all pun just buat guna robot. Bila kita buat guna robot, that means dia integration, automation. Actually we need all these ni lah sensors untuk buat ni, and then we need the wireless transfer data communication. So that's why when we talk about the civil, untuk proof of concept, untuk tambah baik you punya project, you kena make sure lah kalau you buat you punya sistem very manual, data ambil sendiri, lepas tu kena pass dekat orang lain. So you have to think about how do you want to take the data automatically, and how do you want to transmit your data to other platform. Tu dah kira element of IR 4.0. Okay, so this is the example of 3D printing. So for those who are involved in the material, you have to think about how you want to produce your materials in terms of 3D printing. Okay, so from whatsoever you need to do the 3D printing, additive manufacturing. So even in terms of manufacturing also, we call it as a IR 4.0. Right, if you are talking about the system, yes, you have the wireless internet connecting, and for the material ada yang group dia buat material bahan. Jadi you have to think about how to design the we call it as a 3D printed product. Tu dah kira lah, dah kira 3D printing, that is the additive manufacturing, one of the IR 4.0 pillars. Okay, ada apa-apa? Ni saya tunjuk 3D printing. Okay, for those who are doing the material, so you have to design the ink ink untuk 3D printing so that this ink can fabricate or can produce the surgical equipments for the doctors by 3D print. So dia tak nak buat molding lagi lah. So for the IR 4.0 in terms of manufacturing, they are focusing on the 3D printing. So whatever process, this is for the biomedical, for the surgical group. So they already done this product, disposable equipments. So ada apa-apa soalan? Civil, apa idea, apa boleh buat untuk 3D printing? Dr. Sunitha, so any suitable lab for the 3D print?
Maybe, in my opinion, concrete, Prof.
Yeah.
Concrete works. Concrete technology.
Yeah, like concrete technology, right? Yeah, you can think about the the additive manufacturing.
Yes. Also for brickwork also as well.
Yes. Yeah, maybe in terms, it's not only, sometimes it's not on the materials. How do you want to monitor the quality of when you arrange, right, the bricks, right? Right, for the construction, right? Will there be the specific monitoring? Nak tahu dia punya reliability or the strength of that concrete, right?
The bond strength of the bricks.
Yes. You boleh buat macam what do you call just proof of concept dalam you punya lab. Kan you beli sensor yang dah siap, and then you place at yang small construction yang you buat, and then the output can be transferred automatically pada you punya handphone. So that's considered IR 4.0.
Yes.
Right, maybe in terms of what you call flooding, right? Flood, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very good. Example, you boleh buat just a proof of concept dalam lab. You ada dam ke, you ada water storage kan. So actually very interesting for student to see. Right, student, I know that they are very good in terms of apps, yeah? Betul tak student? Right, student nowadays, new generation, they memang very good at all the apps whatsoever, right? So as a supervisors, okay, we can design the very innovative in terms of monitoring, especially monitoring, because all the electronics you can purchase, and then you can just collab with your partners in electronic or electrical engineering.
Prof, sebenarnya untuk flood sensor kita dah buat dah di.
Okay, bagus.
Memang kita implement, ada student project dah laksanakan. Dan untuk memberi amaran kepada bengkel-bengkel civil ni, bila hujan 3 jam kan tidak berhenti, dia banjir kilat akan berlaku. Biasanya dia akan sampai ke lantai simen tu lah, lebih kurang dalam setengah kaki lah ataupun 6 inci lah naik. Jadi kebanyakan bengkel kita ni bengkel yang menggunakan 3-phase power supply tu. Jadi kita khawatir ada kerosakan pada alat kan, ataupun melibatkan renjatan elektrik
Yelah, short lah ya.
Jadi projek pelajar tersebut memang ada melaksanakan tu lah, sensor di mana dia pasang di monsoon drain lah, yang hampir sebab politeknik kami ni bersebelahan dengan sungai tu, Pinji. Jadi dia akan menyebabkan air patah balik.
Okay, good project. Tapi untuk improvement, maksudnya alam berbunyi lah.
Maknanya dia ada sensor yang connect kepada komputer tu apps lah, yang mana dia akan memberi amaran kepada kita setkan level, di mana level bahaya lah kita kata. Bila sampai touch aja level tu, dia akan beri amaran seperti penggera lah, loceng ke ataupun lampu ke dalam handphone dan pada laptop. Itulah dia punya sistem yang kita dah build up sebelum ni.
Okay, bagus. So dia connected tak pada you punya email? Semua email dapat?
Itu mungkin untuk integration yang penambahbaikan yang Prof cakap tu mungkin boleh dilaksanakan. Tapi sebab kita baru bina prototype tu lah.
Bagus. Improvement saya platform is very good. You dah design secara hardware tu dah ada, secara communication dengan PC dah ada kan, alamnya dah ada. So sekarang ni why don't kita buat IT
Sharing.
kan, so that dia akan masuk semua address lah. Pasal kadang-kadang yelah kita nak supaya staff ni lah dapat notice.
Standby
Boleh?
kan. Okay Prof.
Staff dapat notice ke, because sekarang ni bila kita buat projek, kalau kita involvekan dengan agensi luar tu pun lagi bagus kan. Macam saya kata, bila dia upgrade, kita tak upgrade untuk kita punya ni. Jadi kalau kita ada project collaboration dengan jabatan saliran ke, bomba ke,
JKS,
apa-apa, so kita
bomba.
boleh, maksudnya kita punya status ni boleh di-update dalam dia orang punya ni lah information system ke, tu lagi bagus lah.
Okay. So far kita dah ada platform yang tadi itulah prototype tu, cuma kita tak integrate dia kepada pihak-pihak luar lah, seperti bomba apa yang Prof cakap tadi tu. InsyaAllah
Jadi
kalau
collaboration lah.
ya, insyaAllah kalau ada pelajar yang berminat boleh sambung balik tajuk tu.
Betul. Tak, maksudnya you memang sediakan macam projek number 1, number 2 masing-masing akan buat dengan lain-lain punya agensi kan?
Dia mungkin projek ni dia berfasa. Peringkat awal ni dia nak test run dulu dia punya sistem sensor, and then phase 2 mungkin dia integrate kepada yang Prof cakap tadi lah, connect dengan handphone pihak pihak pengurusan ke, ataupun pihak luar bomba penyelamat.
Jadi baru nampak visibility of your project lah kan?
Ya, maknanya kita kembangkan lah, maknanya dia manfaat pada semua lah pihak, maksud dia tu.
Betul dia punya visibility nampak lah, pasal mungkin ni adalah prototype yang pertama kan, nanti akan datang you boleh tambah sensor node lah dekat sungai tu.
Yes.
Kan, pasal kita nak tengok data yang tepat, kita tak boleh guna sensor node sikit. Okay, dapat idea tu, insyaAllah boleh dapat 2-3 projek lah. Okay, ada apa-apa lagi projek yang lain? Student pun boleh bagi idea ya, boleh sama-sama bagi idea, so that you punya projek nanti ni lah orang kata lagi banyak input, pasal student yang akan jalankan projek kan. Jadi saya tahu zaman sekarang idea-idea ni lah era anak-anak zaman ni kan, teknologi moden ni, dia punya idea memang ni lah canggih-canggih. Jadi kalau boleh kita nak canggihkan projek dengan idea-idea tu Okay, ni saya tunjuk just for 3D printing Jadi ni pun memang cost dia mahal 3D printer, tapi just in case saya tunjuk ni bukan pasal apa pasal saya tahu pensyarah-pensyarah politeknik dia ada opportunity untuk apply research grant. Jadi kalau you dah ada projek, you dah ada idea, jadi sebenarnya facility ni boleh dibeli dengan kita buat proposal research, so that facility ni boleh masuk dalam budget untuk beli equipment dalam ni projek. Ya, memang kalau untuk teaching bukan senang kalau kita nak dapat untuk beli-beli barang yang mahal. Tapi kalau untuk kita boleh buat scope of research kita supaya projek kita, salah satu projek final year, projek student boleh buat dan boleh guna kita punya facility. Dan di sini kita perlukan researchers atau lecturers yang boleh apply research grant, dan kita boleh beli facility yang boleh kita gunakan dalam FYP. Agree ke? Agree ke saya punya proposal ni? Para pensyarah?
Agree.
Ya, pasal
Agree.
pasal saya tahu bukan senang nak dapat duit beli facility ni.
Mahal,
Jadi,
Prof.
salah satunya buat proposal, so that nanti you punya FYP semua boleh di-create dengan menggunakan kita punya equipment atau facility yang dah dibeli menggunakan duit projek. Okey, ni last kali last kali yang saya nak tunjuk kalau bagi siapa-siapa yang memang dah pergi kat KL sekarang, boleh tahu Menara Merdeka kita ni dah siap ke belum ke? Ada siapa dah tengok ke?
Dah lalu je Prof.
Lalu nampak kalau siapa ke KL
tak sampai dekat.
Ya, keliling-keliling memang sekali tengok dia memang dah siap secara luaran lah kan. Tapi pasal ni kan diorang buat 2014 start, maksudnya ada PKP semua kan, jadi banyaklah delay. Tapi anyway, ni saya nak tunjuk ni sebenarnya pasal nak tunjuk ni lah Yelah orang kata teknologi ya. Kalau kita tak ada automation, kita tak ada integration, okay, from design sampai management, memang susah lah kita nak manage this type of building. Right, so itu yang kita kena start dengan nowadays kita dah ada all the information technology yang mana designer, supervisors, semua yang level-level daripada atas sampailah ke workers, semua ada connection in terms of construction, diorang buat building, nowadays they can run the analysis and then testing macam mana nak commissioning, everything needs all the technology. Internet, okay, safety, and then management, building management, macam mana you want to design all the wiring, mechanical, right? So you want to do the testing, semua perlukan all the technology. And when you think about this big building, 118 dia punya tingkat ada 118 jadi PNB, menara PNB, this one how do you want to collect and save the data, right? Penting you want to whatsoever, so you want to manage this building, also you need the very effective system to collect the data and then to save everything, to process, and then you need to estimate, okay, how long the system, the reliability of the systems all need automation. Okay, kita tak for the manual memang tak terjangkau lah, but in terms of reality, we already done this, right? Dah naik pun, so you boleh ensure that macam mana crane dekat atas tu nak communicate dengan workers level-level bawah, right? And then there must be the safety, how they how they maintain the safety of the workers, safety of the machines, everything. So of course they need a very highly sophisticated technology to have the good design, construction, testing, safety and management. Okay, nanti mungkin lepas dah siap semua, dia macam KL Twin Towers lah, boleh datang melawat so that for civil, right, for civil you need to explore all this type of new building, right? Boleh tengok dia punya cara monitoring, control, everything. So you boleh tengok start from dia punya kita panggil ground zero lah, okay, sebelum dia jadi yang dah jadi solid sekarang dah jadi sekali tengok macam mobile atau Motorola yang zaman dulu. Okay, I think that's all okay, to conclude, okay, you have to build great final year projects, involve latest technologies. So involve latest technology. So if our policy is IR 4.0, so kita make sure involve at least, it's not everything, but you can have one pillar of IR 4.0. And then as I've mentioned just now, pasal apa nak bagi kita punya project visible final year projects are extremely important to strengthen your profile and career, right? So you have to take it very seriously, bukan sekadar buat je. And then final year project offers more credibility to your profile than just grades pasal kalau kita buat grades cantik pun, dapat grades cantik pun, tapi project macam biasa-biasa je jadi kalau boleh, okay, kita nak offer ni PUO saya tahu PUO ni ni lah Politeknik premier sorry, right? So kena semua project kena related to latest technology, right? Pensyarah-pensyarah, researchers dah bersedia kalau you apply your ARGS, please make sure it is ada elemen IR 4.0 so that you punya project senang lulus lah. Saya pun salah seorang penilai TARGS jadi in order to have this facility untuk FYP, okay, maybe long term, okay, the researchers or the supervisors, the lecturers, please make sure you try to apply TARGS. So bolehlah beli facility so that FYP student pun boleh pakai. Okay, that's all from me. Any question? Ni student tak ada question ni?
Okay, I open this session for a brief Q&A. So, is there so this Q&A session, siapa-siapa boleh tanya fellow academician pun boleh, student pun boleh. This is your opportunity. Kita ada seorang pakar di sini, so jangan malu, jangan takut, tanya aja, atau nak minta pendapat ke pandangan pun boleh dengan Prof. Disilakan.
Okey, Prof. Orang lain tak nak jawab soal, saya jawab saya soalan dia.
Boleh. Nak jawab pun tak apa.
Saya tolong jawab soalan saya. Tak, Prof, macam ni. Kebanyakan silibus kami ni yang saya faham lah kan,
Ya.
tidak ada sangkutan dengan IT ataupun macam elektronik apa kan. Jadi adakah kita menyalahi ataupun memberi projek pelajar untuk menambah contohnya menambahkan IR 4.0 dalam projek tu? Sekiranya ada audit, kalau ditanya adakah ada diajar berkaitan dengan apps ataupun teknologi yang digunakan dalam projek tu, adakah salah, Prof?
Dia sebenarnya kita tak ada salah. Cuma kena tengok apa you punya, kita panggil dalam you punya rubriks, bukan rubriks, yang OBE tu kan. You ada apa? Analyze ke sampai mana satu-satu subjek tu? Ada tak to analyze ke, to evaluate ke, apa-apa ke kan? Pasal ada kadang-kadang benda ni dia bukan dia macam sorok tau, dia macam indirect.
Prof, yang macam Encik Kamarudin tanya tu, actually there is some sort of punca kuasa yang menyatakan that we do have to use the latest technology towards problem solving and critical thinking. So we can see that in the syllabus where they already have aligned in the PO. So there are PO 3 and 5 especially, where we do design our solution, and PO 5 will be using modern tools and equipment as according to the latest technology lah. Dalam tech pun ada sebut. So so I think that would not be wrong lah.
Memang bukan, saya tak nampak dia punya dia punya kesalahan di sinilah, malah pada saya memang amat dialu-alukan sangat lah bila kita kata latest teknologi, kita ikut based on polisi kerajaan kan.
Sekarang ni apa yang saya faham lah, saya perhatikan pelajar-pelajar saya lah, mereka terpaksa meminta bantuan pada jabatan lain, contohnya jabatan teknologi maklumat, elektrikal, mekanikal. Sekiranya mereka nak membuat penambahbaikan dari segi elektronik ataupun sensor-sensor ni lah kan. Jadi bagi saya mereka ni belajar benda baru yang tiada dalam silibus, itu maksud saya tadi. Jadi apakah tadi adakah kita perlu revise balik ke silibus-silibus kita supaya contohlah entrepreneur diterapkan dalam education kan, tapi sekarang ni teknologi macam kita ni tidak didedahkan secara langsung sebab kita masih menggunakan silibus-silibus yang lama kebanyakannya lah, ada yang baru kan. Jadi macam mana pandangan Prof?
Long term saya tak tahu, kalau university dia every 5 years kita boleh tukar kurikulum. Jadi long term pun kena start you all punya ni kena ada satu subjek yang boleh introduce secara ni lah, kita tak panggil secara detail lah, secara ni nak gunakan, kita panggil ni lah whatsoever, ikut ni mesti ada satu subjek. So maybe yang tu long term lah, boleh apply dalam new curriculum. Betul tak?
Sebab macam Prof cadang tadi, kita kerja yang kata kita nak beli 3D modeling apa kan, sebab dalam silibus kita tiada. Apabila kita buat kertas kerja tu banyaklah soalan dia sebab tidak ada kaitan dengan silibus. Itu yang biasanya kita pun tak dapatlah produk tu.
Ya, tapi dia ada kaitan dengan latest teknologi. Betul tak?
Ya, betul. Tapi mungkin
inilah saya rasa research, saya rasa macam Encik Kamarudin kena satu, bila nak curriculum review tu kena make sure ada satu syllabus yang on teknologi lah, yang
itu yang saya maksudkan macam tu lah.
Teknologi fundamental, maksudnya yang general about electronics, pasal instrumen kan. Kalau tak silap saya, mesti civil mesti ada satu subjek yang general engineering kan. Betul tak?
Saya tak pasti, mungkin ada lecturer lain yang ajar ke sebab bila
dalam general engineering tu, pasal dia kadang-kadang dia tak perlu ada satu subjek, dia perlu ada duduk dalam satu chapter, dalam satu subjek, mungkin tajuk dia about instrumentation kan, about the instrumentation lah. So about sensor elektronik boleh dimasukkan dalam tu.
Prof, untuk maklumkan, ada juga pencara-pencara kita yang boleh mengajar juga, they take the effort pergi belajar sendiri. And then they come and guide their student juga. Pencara daripada bidang kita sendiri.
Maksudnya dia masuk dalam syllabus, dalam dia punya lecture lah.
Yes. When they have one session dengan dia punya student project kan.
Betul.
Ke pun
Itu
tak.
salah satunya, tapi pasal kita nak mesh, biasanya kalau kita nak buat projek, kita kena brief student dengan penggunaan new equipments ke apa-apa. Kita tak boleh biarkan student kita pergi sana sini lah. Secara general lah, kita tak ada cakap secara detail je, pasal bila kita nak supervise, kena make sure dia di bawah scope yang kita boleh buat supervision, dan apa-apa secara minimal kita boleh lah minta bantuan collaboration daripada school lain. Tapi macam saya bagi tahulah tadi, IoT IR 4.0 perlukan reskill dan upskill. So kita kena ready lah, kena open minded. Kalau kita pasal electronic thing apps ni, sebenarnya zaman sekarang dia dah jadi macam common untuk yang non technical punya users.
Okay, Prof.
Reskill, upskill tu memang itulah macam tadi Dr. Sunitha bagi tahu, ada yang buat effort sendiri. Pada saya memang excellent lah. Congratulations lah siapa yang dah buat, dan siapa yang belum buat, memang a very good idea lah. Kita impose, pasal tu pun projek kita, tu pun student kita kan, macam tadi Cik Kamarudin bagi tahu pasal yang nak improve flood ni kan. Sistem tu, why don't you explore on, ada banyak lagi platform ni kan, platform luar yang boleh buat monitoring tu kan, untuk connect to bomba ke, jabatan saliran ke.
Ibu.
Ya. Apa tu? Ada siapa nak beli sistem ke tu?
Atas moment. Ya, agak sikit je. Ya, check tu.
Okay, so saya punya conclusion, para pensyarah kena lebih inovatif dengan cuba untuk reskill, upskill. Saya tahu kalau kita betul-betul fokus untuk kita punya projek tu, manfaatnya memang student kita lah, dan kita dapat knowledge lah. Boleh ya, semua cuba Dr. Sunitha with your all whatsoever bricks ni. Your concrete pasal that one is very to me, kalau you boleh boleh buat on in terms of dia punya reliability study kan, using monitoring lah.
So ada apa-apa soalan lagi daripada pelajar dengan pensyarah? Ada? Kalau tak ada, saya pass kepada Prof Norhayati. Is there anything last, something that you want to say, Prof, to end this session today?
Dr. Sunitha, saya ni buat conclusion. I believe that all existing subjects can be improved. Okay, saya tahu all the researchers, all the lecturers, dia sebenarnya memang ada idea. It just constraint dia adalah facility, right? Facility, dan adalah kekangan-kekangan masa, tapi you can try. I mean, step by step. It's not like everything must be IR 4.0, but you have to choose which pillar elements to be embedded in your existing project. So for the rest, the students, okay, I hope you'll be more creative, innovative, okay, to propose any good ideas to your supervisors, and enjoy doing your project. Okay, thank you all.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor IR Dr. Norhayati Binti Soin, for the excellent webinar and insight on this topic, which is the incorporating Industrial Revolution 4.0 in our final year project. So with this, we have concluded our webinar today, successfully concluded our webinar today, and I hope that the insights that given by Prof will be wisely used by our students as well as our lecturers. So I do request all the participants today to please on your camera, so maybe we can have a group photo session now. We are online. Okay, students as well, if you can on your camera.
Semua student menyorok ke?
Malu tu.
Malu ya.
Okay, so if you are ready, okay, I'll click now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. Maybe there are lecturers who haven't opened their camera yet and students. Okay, one more before we let go Prof. Norhayati. She's, I think, quite tired now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much to Prof. Norhayati, our speaker for today for this webinar, and also to all the participants, my fellow academicians, and as well as to all my students. Thank you very much for attending this valuable session. So we hope to see you soon, Prof. Maybe we can invite you in future.
Thank you,
Okay,
Dr.
thank you,
Sunitha.
Prof. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Okay, have a nice day. Stay safe.
Thank
Okay,
you
thank
so
you.
much.
Yang lain belum berkenalan lagi ya. Okay, insyaAllah next time in future. Okay, good
In
luck.
future, maybe face to face.
Yep, better.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay, thank you all.
Yeay. Tak sebut Zaid tu dia dengar je.
Tak.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Kamarudin.
iPad deh. Cikgu sidang. KJ call. Halo, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Web dah habis dah. Baru habis.